Why I'm falling out of love with football, a little background. As a kid, like so many others around the world, I fell in love with football. All I wanted to do was become a footballer, but at that time I didn't understand the reality of what it truly takes to go pro. The immense discipline, the natural talent, the work ethic. I wasn't disciplined enough in my younger days. I gave up quickly when things didn't go my way. As I grew older, I came to understand what it really takes, but by then my path had changed. I pursued other goals, more realistic career opportunities, you could say. Like many people, I realized that growing up means making decisions that secure your future. For me, that meant aiming for financial stability so I can take care of the people I love. I started watching football in 2006. That's when I was first introduced to the magic of the game, when players like Ronaldinho were still lighting it up. I followed football ever since. My next hero was Fernando Torres. I remember his performances in Euro 2008 and 2012. Iconic. Back then, I felt a connection with the players. You could see their love for the game every time they stepped on the pitch. They played for legacy, for collective success, for something bigger than themselves. That feeling is rare now. Yes, there are still a few players who clearly play for the love of football, but for the most part, the game has become a business. It's obvious. Just look at the absurd money being thrown around. Clubs spending astronomical sums on players who can barely control a ball or who completely fold under pressure. You've got average players walking around with massive egos like they're world class. And for that, I blame social media and the media's growing influence on the game. The corruption is blatant, especially in the English media. Pundits tweet nonsense or make ridiculous statements just to hype up average players, inflating their value so they can profit from shady deals with agents. There's so much money in the game now, and everyone wants their cut. If you watched the last El Clásico between Real Madrid and Barcelona, you'd have to be blind not to see the referee was compromised. It's clear, and honestly, I don't think this is something that can be fixed. It's the result of a rotten society that's infected the beautiful game we all used to love. I'm calling out corrupt pundits like Harry Redknapp, who said, and I quote, "I've heard that Chelsea are quite hot on Liam Delap. I could see him going to Stamford Bridge this summer." If you've watched the Premier League this season, you'll know how ridiculous that sounds. Liam Delap is nowhere near the level Chelsea needs, especially if they're aiming for the Champions League next season. He's clearly a downgrade from Nicholas Jackson, but then it hit me. Redknapp doesn't care if Chelsea wastes money on a below-average player. He benefits. He likely stands to gain from the agent fees if Chelsea enters the race to sign Delap. That would inflate the player's value and he gets his cut. And this isn't a one-off. This kind of stuff has been happening for years, especially since billionaire owners like the clueless Americans now running Chelsea started throwing money around like it means nothing. So hopefully, with this video, I've given you something to think about. Maybe now you'll understand why some of these pundits make such stupid suggestions on live TV. It's not ignorance, it's business.